Oh, he's locked up. Bottas, big lock-up. Where does that leave him on the way out? And
Verstappen on the inside of Vettel, they have touched!
Max.
That was inevitable!
The image on your screen is the Shanghai International Circuit. To you, it's just like any other circuit, but to the Chinese, it symbolizes something sacred. The word Shanghai has two Chinese characters, but we will only concentrate on the first. The first character, Shang, means to ascend, but when you rotate the Shanghai track by just the right amount, the Chinese character Shang will emerge. Designed by German engineer Hermann Tilke, the circuit is where great rookies go to die. Lewis Hamilton was on the course to win the championship in his debut season in 2007, but when he got to China, as though a dark Chinese spell was cast on him, of all places to crash, the Brit beached his car in the pit lane gravel. It could only be a product of dark sorcery. Verstappen, another impressive rookie in 2015, took on the track in his debut season. The Dutchman wowed the crowd with an impressive overtake on Perez and ascended to P8, having started P13. But with 4 laps to go, he was cruising happily to a points finish until the Chinese got a fire. Zhorong spat on his engine. His power unit went up in smoke with such a loud bang that onlookers described the sound as epic. The biggest challenge the track poses is that it is a famous tire killer. The rubber shredding ability of the track is so crazy that Alex Albon once described it as the track with 1,000 racing lines. And this forms the core of our story for today. As if having a difficult track wasn't terrible enough, the FIA has zero data on that track for the past 4 years. They couldn't send in engineers to take measurements as China refused to let anyone in due to COVID. To compound the issues, the Chinese have gone to lay fresh, hot asphalt on the track. A fresh track means there are no racing lines. The drivers will have to make one for themselves. More so, the weather is predicted to be wet. If it rains, it will create something similar to the Istanbul chaos, where a deadly combination of a slick new track coupled with rainfall threw all the drivers out of balance. I have lived in China, and the skies above Shanghai is always cloudy. This lack of clear skies is aggravated because the track is located in an industrial area with factory smokes going up. If you can't see the cloud, you are essentially blind, as you can never tell exactly when the rain will start dropping. Now, every team will face the same issue, however, because Max is leading the championship. You can understand why he doesn't like the surprises that the Chinese race is guaranteed to cause. But we cannot put all the blame on the tricky circuit. The FIA has caused some of the problems as well. The governing body chose China as the first circuit for the sprint race, but this sprint race is quite different from the previous ones. Under the new schedule, drivers will begin the weekend with an hour of practice before heading into sprint qualifying. On Saturday, they will have the sprint race, and later that day, they will have the qualifying. The problem is that the drivers will do just an hour of practice in which to set up the cars at a circuit where none of them have done a lap in the new generation of ground effect cars. Tire supplier Pirelli are also left scratching their heads as they step into the unknown given the 5-year absence. Former F1 driver Christian Danner described the track as terrible. First and foremost, I expect a very green track that offers hardly any grip. This will be terrible for the drivers until the track finally has grip. Verstappen expressed his apprehension when asked about the idea to give drivers just 1 hour of practice. Yeah, it's very smart to do that, the Red Bull ace then replied sarcastically. I think it's not great, purely from a driving perspective. I think it's not the smartest thing to do. The Dutchman's concern was amplified because of Charles Leclerc's mega tire management in the last race in Japan. The Monegasque was the only driver who had just a single pit stop in Suzuka, crowning the SF24 as the king of tire management. This advantage is expected to play into Ferrari's hands in China, as the tire-killing track will least affect them. To be fair, Verstappen is not the only one complaining. Carlos Sainz praised the circuit as being great for overtaking, but is worried that giving the team 1 hour of practice is not ideal. Verstappen's protest is legit. China has never been good to him. Verstappen's mixed performance in China. The last time F1 went to China in 2019, Verstappen has only 5 wins. The 2019 race was historic as it was F1's 1,000th race. With 57 career wins, Max has won on almost all the circuits, but victory at the Chinese GP has eluded him. Each time he's come close, the Great Wall of China has knocked him off. His first taste of the circuit was in his debut season with Toro Rosso. Max suffered a DNF with 4 laps to go. The next year he finished 8th. He could have finished 2nd in 2017, but he lost control in the wets on lap 29. Vettel overtook him and he finished 3rd. Vettel caused more trouble for Verstappen the next year in 2018. Max hit the German late in the race and was handed a 10-second penalty. Vettel will once again knock him off the podium in 2019 as the Dutchman finished 4th. Verstappen will head into the race hoping to finally conquer China, but Ferrari's supreme tire management will pose a huge obstacle. Do you think the unique track condition will prevent Max from winning? This is Front Lockout, signing off.